Welcome to an edition of Kicking It with the Brothers, your football podcast. Man, I'm so happy because we ganging up. My boy is in the building. My boy from the A. Charles is the main boy as well from the A. But you know what? It's 2-on-1 for this North London Derby week. Our boy X is in the building. Our boy Charles is in the building. Charles, how you feeling, baby?
I'm good, man. My manager's staying another year. Uh, Pedro Porro's healthy. Charleston's healthy. Things are coming together.
X, this is your second run in that you've had in so many years. And in fact, sir, if I'm not mistaken, a year ago you was your first time going to the Etihad right now, right?
Yeah, a year ago today, I saw my season crumble before my eyes in person, surrounded by however many thousands of City fans. It was soul crushing, but we bounced back. You know what I'm saying?
A day. What a day.
What a day.
Friendship. Friendships were forged that day. I got to see the pain in X's eyes firsthand, baby. We was locked in. We spent a dusty evening in Manchester afterwards. We ate some mediocre pizza. That shit took 2 hours to get. I've never seen so much vape smoke in my life hanging out with X. What a night in Manchester, man. What a day.
X, how tall was Charles's Diddy friend?
Oh, 7'4". 7'4". Yeah. Nah, but the Predator resided in London. I believe we were in London when the Predator approached.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. I didn't know if they was getting down like that in Manchester.
Terrible phrase, man.
The cab back and everything.
We bonded. Me and X bonded on a 30-minute car ride from Tottenham to Chelsea, but set me off for failure right about an hour after that.
What's the Manchester American comparison?
Detroit, Cincinnati.
Whoa.
It's like Cleveland. It's like Cleveland.
I'm cool with that.
They're just not there. Like this literally the train ride up there is nothing but abandoned railroads and shipyards and nothingness. Just that's where hopes and dreams go to die. And then they got a tiny little city, you know what I'm saying, with a bunch of, dirty white folk and, but it's nasty up there, bro. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. And everything closes at like 9 o'clock.
Cleveland.
Which is not maybe at all.
Wow. Okay. All right. Everything closes at 9 o'clock. Okay. Got you. Well, that was last year's time. This is this year. Arsenal is in better position than what they were last year, but you know who's not in a better position than they were last year? FC Barcelona. Charles, you said you were happy your manager is here. Last year around this time, you were 11 points clear of Madrid. I think Kessie had just had a late goal, like maybe a couple weeks before. Very similar scenes to what we just had at the Santiago Bernabeu this past week. But Charles, you're out of the Champions League. La Liga is done for you. You did not win your cup, but your manager is back. We'd like your thoughts.
As I've said time and time again, quarterfinals of the Champions League, second in the league. This will, in 10 years, will just be another Barcelona year. Like how is it any different than what you guys did last year? It's just another, it was just, no, I'm just saying, you finished second in the league, you lost in the semifinals of the Champions League. It was just another year. I'm just saying, like in the history books of your 125-year-old club, it's just another year, and then you win the title the next year. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's not like they finished fifth. It's not like they didn't make another group. It didn't do anything catastrophic. It will just end up being another year.
There's three trophies.
People can view it as anything other than a success. And look, I'm not a Barca stan, but when you look at the amount of youngsters that they have, like, and to still perform as well as they have, like, look, I think the biggest thing for Barcelona is to solve their financial woes, right? But if they're able to get back financially to where they can actually make moves and maneuver and build around those young players, then They're not far off, and they have the brightest future of any team out there. Um, just because the trajectory is only going to go up. So I can't really slander them as much as I would love to. You know what I'm saying? I can't slander them.
Just after these seasons end, like all the context leaves them, and so like even like you guys finishing last year, like all the context of that is like out of the window. You just finished second. Nobody cares about like the fact that you ended up losing by 6 or da da da. You just finished second. Like nobody cares. I'm
Not
just
for Arsenal. I agree with
no,
Barcelona, but not for
but you get what
Arsenal.
I'm saying though. But no, I'm saying like for you because you're in the moment of it. But I'm saying in like 5 years from now, it'll just be the year that you guys finish second and qualify for the Champions League. It's not going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it. Is like it wasn't this terrible year. You're not having a Chelsea year right now where you're in 12th and it's like a real like we were in 12th and we lost the da 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 da. Like it's not one of those years where it's like a real like red flag on that season. It's just going to be oh shit they finished second and qualify for the Champions League that year. Cool. Seems like that was a wasn't the best year, but it was better than I'd call it an A- B plus year. That's how I look at it.
X, you
Would you
think?
like me? Would you? Why? What's wrong with this concern on your face? Do you want us to be like? Should I be like the world's ending?
No, not at all. I'm just for you. Once again, of like they're different tiers. When Madrid doesn't win a trophy in a year, it's a complete failure. And I think that's the same for Barcelona. Like y'all won trophies last year. Like
100%.
even though you didn't get to the Champions League, round of 16, you won La Liga. Or if you don't win the league, like it's usual that you win Super Copa or the Copa del Rey. That's how it works. But there's no trophies this year, and there's one. So that's why my concern is also. I was kind of surprised that X actually said that Barcelona has the best future of. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. X the best future of any European team, right?
Yeah, just they're playing 16s and 18-year-olds. Like these players are not even in their physical prime yet, and they're already there. And the thing is, like, if those players were on a team like Brighton or one of those, you know what I'm saying? Like, that their prime will be played somewhere else. There's no reason for any of these players to go anywhere. Where they're gonna go, that's not Barcelona. That would be a step up. So they know that they have that ingrown talent already there. Now we're just like, all right, now we just building around the margins. You know what I'm saying? And now you see where your weaknesses are. You can go out and you can make transfers with intention. You're not just trying to build an entire team. You're just trying to plug certain holes, and that's easy. As opposed to what Chelsea's doing, which is we're gonna go buy 15 players. We hope that 6 of them hit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Barca doesn't have to do that.
That's a fair argument. That's a fair argument. I'm actually surprised to hear it, but at the same time, those are very sane thoughts. If Mbappe comes to go ahead, Charles.
One, Mbappe is about to be 27, so y'all need to keep that in mind. Mbappe is not young anymore, or he's like 26. He's not young. He's not young in the sense that we think he is anymore. Like he's you know what I'm saying. I just want to point that out because somebody said his age the other day, and I was like, oh shit, he is a little older than I thought. The Monaco years are adding up.
Come on, dog. How old? Who's the best 9 in the world? You go first, X. Who's the best 9 in the world?
I don't know. I think the 9 position has changed, but I don't know. It's hard for me to say off the top of my head because there's some players that it's like, what do you want? If you saying who's the best finisher / goal scorer, okay, I mean you can't argue with Holland, but there are some 9s that maybe aren't as prolific when it comes to goal scoring, but when it comes to build up, when it comes to link up play, when it comes to their ability to press, are better all around 9s, but they won't have the counting stats that Holland does, so they may not get the credit. So it's tough for me to say.
No, you ain't gonna stand no business. Charles, you know who the best 9 in the world is, right?
Harold Kane.
Yeah, that boy in Bayern right now, for sure. And he's 30. 30. And I still think he had 2 or 3 more prime years left.
Not doubting that. I'm just pointing out the fact that Mbappe is 27 years old, and then when Mbappe is 32, Lamine will be 21. So once again,
but if y'all are,
but Gabby will be 25 in 5 years. I could do this all day. Cabarsi will be 22. I could do this all day.
yes.
Balde will be 24. Michael Fay will be 23. Vitor will be 23. Mark Gui will be 24. Would you like me to continue? Pedri will be 26.
Can
Arda
you
Güler
keep
will
them
still be
all
a
if you're not
bum.
winning, though? Can you
And
keep them off if you're not winning?
well, but once again, you're saying that, but once again, even you don't even have the mathematical thing on your side yet. We are still the champs until you mathematically have won something.
All right,
So
man.
stop making it seem like we don't have like we ain't won shit.
Not this
Like
year.
I'm just saying though, and you're talking about the 1 year of like BNX going to this, but it still ain't even the 1 year anniversary of me seeing Barcelona win the championship. So like it hasn't even been a year since that happened.
Okay.
So like I understand that you want to do your little thing that you're trying to do. But like, nah, bro, like you can't. Once again, at the end of the day, my second best player is 16 years old. So whatever time frame you're trying to put on this, like I don't want to hear it. And while you can sit there and we can do all this stuff that we want to do about all these players and this, that, and the third. Like
Yeah.
in the past week, um, you have Barcelona has played PSG, and Real Madrid. And in those games, Lamine was the best right winger, and Rafinha was the best left winger. So don't sit here and act like we can sit here and talk about this PSG stuff if we want to. Rafinha was the best player in the whole tie. Let's keep it a bean.
Oh, PSG. Right. Not the
Right.
Madrid match.
And on Sunday, Lamine had more of an impact on that game than he did.
Yeah, he got man of the match. Hear you.
So once again, so you're sitting here talking to me about all these things. And I'm like, but I'm just saying, I've seen your guys on the field with my guys recently.
Sure.
And your guys ain't doing, and your guys that you're telling me they ain't doing shit that my guys ain't doing. Not to mention, my pit bull is coming back next year, and he want all the smoke because I don't think Jude is that dude with my man out there. Gabby. First off, Gabby got more dog than everybody on. Gabby got more dog than everybody on y'all squad.
Dog don't matter if he chained up.
He chained up.
He ain't here. He ain't on the field, which is also one of the reasons why. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to show some consistency and health. That's all I'm saying.
It's cool. You keep talking. No consistency and health, and we still got that trophy from last year. Still at the house.
Madrid
I seen it.
Madrid won 3 trophies last year, and they're going to win 2 this year. They've already won 2.
What 3 did you win? You're cutting Club World Cup. Now we want to throw that in there.
Well, City wanted to talk about a quintuple. This motherfuckers was talking real big 2 weeks ago.
First off, until Carter comes here to defend his club, we ain't talking about them like that.
No, you know what? We're not. You know what? You're not, because you know what they are? Quarterfinal losers. That's what they are. Shout out to Ederson. He can't save a pin to save his life. Cool. Ex-defended Barcelona. You see, he trying to get one of them Nike jerseys. He's trying to change up. You see, go ahead. X, stand up for me. There you go. Let me see that Nike there. Yeah.
But no, the thing is this. The thing is, I'm not one of those fans that just slanders for the sake of slandering. Like,
yeah, I hear you.
The objective. You know what I'm saying? And like, don't get me wrong. I would love to be a Barcelona fan because the kid is fire. Like, yes. But I can't find myself in a position where my 2 teams are playing in the quarterfinals and now I got to pick. See, Charles is lucky. Tottenham will never have to face off against Madrid in anything. So he can have his 2 teams. You know what I'm saying?
Teams and the sides are clear.
So if I were to pick another team, it would have to be like a Cadiz or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't pick 2
Cadiz
clubs. That's
my dogs.
Nah.
I hear that. I think that can we all agree that keeping Xavi was the right move? Like convincing him to come back.
100%.
You would have come back 2X, right?
Yeah, I mean, assuming. I mean, I'm sure he had questions about their financial stability moving forward, right? Mm-hmm. Because the thing is, here's the thing. If you put any other name across that jersey that isn't Barcelona, we would be celebrating Barcelona this year, bar none, right? But because they're Barcelona, there's certain expectations that are inherently built in. And because of that, that opened him up to some criticism that, if we're being objective, he probably didn't deserve, right? So the fact that he has a group of youngsters performing like that on the world stage, bro, like, hats off to him. You know what I'm saying? So if you're him, where you going to, like, honestly, you wanted to work at Barcelona, but where's he going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like any job
United want him
back.
That's another thing. I think they actually made a decision once they realized, like, if I'm Sir Jim, I'm definitely having a conversation with Chavi. I saw what he did with Lamine, and if Garnacho has any type of that coaching, because I don't think he's getting right coaching by Ten Hag, just because I mean that's another conversation. Once they are officially out of everything, we will have a Ten Hag discussion here, and we will. That's when we will slander, but it's not slander if it's true, and we will have a Ten Hag discussion. I feel you on that X. I've been a big Chavi fan. I actually think that the group chat is a little unfair to him. In fact, if you were to look at Rafinha's goals, assists, the last 2 years combined, and really good. Rafinha's a good player, and you know what? Rafinha has a chance at Team of the Year. That's another thing that people need to see. He has a chance.
Ever since Javi put him on the left wing, he's been going crazy.
It's just a matter of like it's the Nasri situation. Is he a six man or is he a real starter? Right? Because he played right wing, but he can't take Vinicius Junior's spot in the 11. But it don't matter. Let's put three forwards. Rafinha's got a chance. He's been the, you know what? Rafinha and Lamine have been the two best players for Barcelona consistently throughout the year. I truly believe that. But Charles, I'm happy for you because I think it's going
to
our preference on inverted wingers
and that
too.
Touche.
I think in certain cases,
him being left-footed. You know, me and X were talking about this during the Arsenal game. How I'd be interested to see Stock out there on that left wing.
He used to, bro. I will say Emery was, bro. He used to be a left. I mean, he started at left back for us when he was 17.
With those Martinelli issues you're having, throw him out there.
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna me and X about to talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, that we unlocked something this week, which is why I'm actually a little bit more confident. Give me the American sport comparison for what Barca just went through this year.
What the Lakers are going through?
No.
Yeah.
The Thunder. I would say the Thunder.
They're the Thunder, aren't they?
I think they're the Thunder. If the Thunder lose in the second round,
There's a brand.
No one's gonna. I mean, Grant. I mean, if you're just talking brand, then yes. But I'm talking about the average age of the team. The fact that they didn't go out there to make all in moves that I look. Let's get them through a playoff series. Let's see in a playoff setting where our weaknesses are, and then we can do that as opposed to fucking up the chemistry, bringing in something for a win now, and using up our assets. Like Barcelona, in a way, they were fortunate in that they can go tell Lamine, like, yo, just go make your mistakes, right? Go get your bumps and bruises, go learn. On the world stage, we trust you. Go do your fucking thing. And look, sometimes we're going to turn the ball over. Sometimes we're going to dribble too much to take one touch too many. But you want him to, he's fucking 16 working out those kinks against the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's only that. And I think he did the best thing for the organization, right? Once he made the decision, I'm leaving at the end of the year, then he's like, all right, I'm going to go develop these young players, right? I'm going to go trust them because what do I have to lose? And I think that the organization, the players, everybody benefited from that. And then now the team still had success, and now that's why they're begging him to stay, right? Like,
so this is where, like, and I know you guys are like this
with Arsenal, when you actually pay attention to the team, you know what actually went wrong with the team. The same reason I said last year, PK looked like shit the moment Araujo got hurt and he didn't have cover anymore. I was saying that because we were on like a 17-game winning streak last year, or unbeaten streak, until Araujo got hurt. And then Eric Garcia had to go back there with PK, and they had two slow guys.
The season fell apart
when Ter Stegen had back surgery. The entire time that Ter Stegen was hurt was the entire time that they were trying to get rid of Xavi. Nobody said anything about Ter Stegen being hurt. The moment Ter Stegen came back, the defense got better. We stopped giving up goals, and all of a sudden the shit's been good. Ain't got nothing to do with the good players, and ain't got nothing to do with that. It's the fact that we got reorganized at the back because our leader was back there, and we went back to defending like we did last year when we didn't give up goals. It's mostly what happened. The attacking players is still true, but I'm saying like the season fell apart when Inaki Peña was the goalkeeper for 2 months, and the shit came back together the moment Ter Stegen came back together. We were more organized at the back, and we stopped giving up stupid ass goals.
Big Ron is better because he has Ter Stegen. He wasn't the same either. That's
organized behind him. He doesn't have to think, and just the way they play out of the back is different. And Inaki Peña is hitting deep balls because he was scared to play out the back. Like he needs it's like I said, there's just way more organized at the back now. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody's back in line, and those guys played together for like a whole year last year. So once you put those guys back there, they got a little bit more familiarity.
Yeah, y'all were the best defensive team in Europe from I think it was the second week of February to the end of the season. It was just crazy numbers. Crazy. It didn't matter. Like all you had to do was just get one. Like and there was 0, 0, 0s, which reminds me of another team that we're gonna talk about a little bit later. Cool. All right, good segment. Arsenal is top of the table, 34 games played with 77 points yesterday. We're recording currently on Friday. Folks will see this on Saturday, but City played on Thursday night. They took a trip to the coast and battered Brighton Hove and Albion, which they were missing 3 to 4 of their better players. But City with rest, everybody saw what they can do. Impressive work. Obviously, it mattered about who got that first goal. And City just piled on. Foden had 2. KDB with a phenomenal header. It's technical work. Great stuff by City. They got their but you know what also happened this week? Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, 2-0 at Goodison Park. Excuse me. Pickford finally showed up. Charles, shutout against Liverpool. Pickford was hooping. Couldn't believe my eyes. Liverpool can't. They're finishers. X. We will talk about Arsenal and Tottenham in a little bit. But also to finish up with the top 4, Aston Villa is at 34 games played, 4 matches to go. They are on 66 points, and Tottenham has 2 games in hand. They're sitting on 60. But right now Villa has a five goal difference with plus 21, and Aston Villa at plus 16. First question, X and Charles. We'll start with you, X. Liverpool, are they done?
Yeah, they're done. They're
Yeah.
done. And even the comments that Klopp made yesterday, he's like, look, neither one of those teams expects to lose, twice in the last 4 or 5 games. Like, mathematically, are they in it? Yes. But when you consider the fact that when you have the goal difference, when it's that substantial, they're not going to make that up, right? And so even if they finish tied, the 3 points is really 4. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then with City, the same, right? You have to add the extra point just because of the goal difference. I said it even when they were top of the table, they're the 3rd best team in the league. I think that they were the kings of scoring and in stoppage time. And look, they got away sometimes with some careless football. And I just think that, look, that being said, in a way, I do think they overachieved a bit. Everyone assumed that they were going to take a small step back this year. I think they did the best they could. They're just not one. They're just the 3rd best team in the Prem, which is not disrespect. But I think they're done. It's pretty much Arsenal, City, and even I would say City has like a 90% chance of winning, just because of the fixtures they got coming up. But it's a 2-horse race.
Charles, how would you let's just assume that Liverpool finishes 3rd, even if they could finish 2nd, just you never know. If we get better at the NLD, I don't see Arsenal, I don't know if we have the just mental capacity. Like we are incredible front runners. We are very bad when things are going bad. But let's just say Liverpool finishes 3rd. 3rd out of Europa in the quarterfinals, out of the FA Cup against their rivals, did not make it to the semifinals. They lost to United, and they they won the Carabao Cup over Chelsea with pretty much half teenagers on their squad. How would you rate Klopp's final year?
I mean, they got a trophy.
So we got to start there.
Say again.
Can't say
A year with the trophy is not a loss.
Sure.
So I can't say that.
But I mean, not a success, not a full success because of where they were positioned at in multiple competitions. But I feel like the players let them down more so than like they've had injuries, but they haven't had like I don't think crippling injuries because I think they have squad depth in the places where they lost people. They just like exit or being, bitten in the ass by like silly plays and giving up dumb goals and playing bad football and like like they remind me of the Warriors sometimes when Steph just would throw passes behind his back and Steve Kerr's looking at him like, what the hell are you guys doing?
And at the end of the day, like
the Mo Salah's taking a step back. He's like, if I was Bill, he should have got Bill Belichick.
should have shipped him out last year.
Like they should have sold him last year, I think, and got the money when they could have.
They still don't get that money.
He doesn't. I know, but he doesn't score from open play much. Like he's around and shit, but like he doesn't really score from open play as much as like I've been like as much as I watch them now because I've been wanting to prove myself right. Like, and I always think they play an exciting brand of football. He's like active, but he's not nearly as dangerous from open play as he used to be. And I think like over time, like everybody, especially like when you're back to my whole winger thing with like Saka and all these people, dude, they just sit on your left foot the entire time now. You have to do something differently. You can't just keep cutting it back inside because they're sitting on you to cut it back inside. And now you're cutting it back inside to two, especially when they're doubling. You're just cutting it back inside in two people.
And so like he's
another one of those wingers who doesn't take people down the line ever. And you couple that with fucking Jota being hurt when he's the only real goal scorer they have. Like that's outside of Salah, that's a pure goal scorer. And Darwin just my stock is on last legs.
My Darwin stock is on last legs
with him. Like you can't keep missing that many chances.
He, in all honesty, should
definitely be leading the Prem in goals, or at least be on Cole Palmer's. Like at least be like close to those guys. And he's just not like the chances created to like chances finished is just it's not in line. So I feel like they've been in position to win plenty of games. I watched both legs of their Atlanta tie. There were goals there to be scored, and they just didn't score them.
And then of course they'll miss a chance
in the 34th minute, and then the 41st they give up a goal. Like it's just who they are. It's like a team. They can't stay locked in, and if they don't get those goals, they're not going to win.
See, I don't even think it's a mentality thing. It's look, they completely revamped their entire midfield, right? So did Arsenal, which is why offensively we didn't click to start the season. But they can't possess the ball to save their life, right? And so even if they do have a goal lead, or even if they are up, they can't just play possession football. They're all about we're going to kick it deep. We're going to let Salah go one-on-one on the counter. We're going to let Nunez use his pace to create chances. And even if they're inefficient, it doesn't matter because we're just going to batter you with counter after counter after counter opportunity. And eventually we're just going to outscore you. But it's like NBA, like regular season versus playoff. Yeah, you might be the best transition offense in the league. But when you got to consistently create buckets in the half court, they don't have players that are suited to do that. Salah, to Charles' point, can't do that. Nunez, he can't do that when the other team has a low block. And so the midfield, they don't play through the midfield, right? That's why anytime they played Arsenal, you saw what we did to them. We're like, look, we're gonna press you into your own third, and we're gonna bet that you can't play out the back and that you're not gonna beat us in possession, right? And so there's sometimes where that's gonna win, but there's sometimes where that's gonna bite you in the ass.
But even with that,
there are 4 to 5 times where they got through the press and there were chances there to be had, and they just don't fucking finish them. That's what I'm saying. Like I 100% agree with you saying, and I'm like, they're still creating chances. They're just not finishing. You talk about like if Darwin's anybody in sports, he's D-Lo. Like he's open. He just them shits ain't going in.
Yeah. But we got to remember, they didn't play Champions League football this year, right? Yes. They didn't make top 4 last season. So with a revamped fucking midfield, like yes, they took a step up, but I just think it was unfair to say that they were on the same level of Arsenal or City because they just weren't. You know what I'm saying? That one game against City where City wasn't City. Them just having being able to just kick the ball deep. Yeah, that put some pressure on City, but they played us 3 times and we were the better team each time, right? Like they just they had a couple lucky breaks, but yeah, they're done. All in all, they're done. But I don't think Klopp should be viewed at, oh my God, what a disappointing season. No, they overachieved based on where they were last season. They took a step forward, but it's hard to ask somebody to go from not playing Champions League football to, hey, you're gonna go topple Man City and win the Prem. You know what I'm saying?
I thought they were gonna win. I always thought they would finish second. So
there was a couple of folks on here from our preview who said that Liverpool has a better chance than Arsenal to win the league. And there were folks, I think, if I'm not mistaken, after the Liverpool City match, they were like, yo, look, maybe Liverpool's chance. And, you know, Trent's back now, but something just has not clicked. They just have not finished their chances. And if you don't finish your food when you going against City and now Arsenal, you know, you just
And
are what you are.
I remember vividly. When we were preseason, we were debating who's going to make top four. I had them outside my top four, and then it was Charles who mentioned a couple of things like, "Yo,
Yes.
Jones is coming back," and then I was like, "You know what, Charles? You've convinced me. Liverpool is going to finish top four, right?" But I think we were all in that range of like,
Yeah.
won't they make top four? I don't think anybody said, "Yo, they're bona fide title contenders." You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good season. It just when you looked at where they were and the ability to win a bunch of trophies, it was like, yo, this got the potential to be like a historic final season if they can really win the Europa and contend for the Prem. But any of those would have been overachievement based on, their situation.
And I think maybe had Salah been their best, like McAllister's been
Their best player all year.
100%.
And so I think like that's what I'm
Like we even talking about the midfield problems they're having, but the best player has been in the midfield. That boy, he's been doing it what he needed to do. Like it's grabbing back in them that have been not who they were supposed to be. But now we wonder why Bayern was so easy to sell, was so eager to sell him. Clearly because I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's at this level. I think Ajax be out here halfway scamming people. But that's a story for another day.
You heard that?
Yo,
Yeah.
real quick, shout out to Van Dijk. He's fucking incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
if you put literally anybody else back there, I think that's their season looks a lot different. He single-handedly cleaned up a bunch of shit for them. And Konate too, but I mean Van Dijk is he's still otherworldly. You know what I'm saying? Like he's incredible.
Was it 19 he won? Was it Ballon d'Or or second to Jorginho?
No, he finished.
Hold on, Jorginho ain't got no Ballon d'Or either, bro.
Yeah, he got Player of the Year, or wait for Player of the Year.
Player of the Year and Ballon d'Or are
My
not the
bad.
same
Wait,
thing.
he got you wait for Player of the Year after Italy won the Euro.
You just talking about right there.
Say again.
Walter Camp is not the Heisman.
Come on. All right, I hear you. Relax. But my point being is that VVD there was a time of where VVD was the best player in the world outside of Messi. Like seriously, it was incredible. Like what he did when they won the even before they won like the what's it called? I think it was even when they finished second. It was just the Centurions or like Liverpool had 97 points and lost the league. That's crazy.
Is he
97.
not the best player in the Prem?
Would you not say he's the best player in the Prem?
Yeah.
I'd say he's the best player in the Prem.
Yeah, he was. I'm being
He
respectful
is
to. You mean it just was between him, KDB, and Harry. But
He's
The best player in the Prem.
right now,
Still. Right now, if you I'm thinking about the teams, I'm like, no, he's the best player in the Prem.
Can't even really disagree with that.
yeah,
I like your instinct is to disagree, but
I don't want to disagree.
fucking amazing. And then
Yeah.
when you consider that they got Trent Alexander-Arnold back there, who's incredible at what he does, but they're playing with a back three. The amount of space that he is asked to cover
It's unbelievable.
is unbelievable, man. It's fucking unbelievable.
Hey, but there will be a time where we will go through Klopp and his legacy, but just want to make sure we have the Liverpool wrap up because this is our edition of Liverpool going fishing because they are now they have officially gone fishing. Obviously, we have the NLD. We got the good deep dive into that, and we're at the point. I'm like, man, this season it feel like it dragged, but at the same time, it's like now that we're in the run in is going pretty quick. But lasting thoughts, and we will start it off with X. Lasting thoughts.
I just want to see Arsenal go out on his shield, right? Just